Okay.
That's exactly what I would say.
I think we're live now. Aloha, everyone.
I can't see a thing.
We are live and inspired.
Aloha.
Because we are the gentlemen with cocktails.
What up, boys?
Oh, hold on.
No cocktails for me tonight.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness. There we go. See, I keep on forgetting to do that to stop the tape while we're on, because I want to make sure that the audio is working.
Tape. Roll tape.
Yeah, I know, roll tape. But yeah, we are the Gentlemen with Cocktails. I am one of your co-hosts.
Rewind the
tape. Also known as the Handsome Cobra. And your other esteemed and co-host colleague of mine is...
This is Chris, not drunk this time, Swartzlander.
But yeah, we are
a little embarrassed about the last show, but hey, I had a good time.
I know we all. I think we all did. Who are basically spectators of this fine sport that we are on now. But yeah, we are coming to you, and we are basically today is going to be kind of like one of the, I guess, more freeform shows because like I didn't really have anything planned all that much. I mean, I'm going to talk about a couple things that I kind of want to talk about, but nothing really concrete. I don't, Chris, is there anything pressing that you wanted to talk about, or just bring up to the conversation?
No, I mean, other than the way my wood's pressing against my zipper when I see you.
Oh my!
I have.
Oh my!
I have. Hey, that happens. Hoo-ha! I have a new article out for Uncanny Nerd. Check out Mike Slate's Uncanny Nerd at uncannynerd.com. This month's article. Let me preface this with I do a monthly column for him, looking at old comic book story arcs from whatever company I choose for the month or whatever book I want. And this month I went with Rip Hunter, Time Master, issue 28, which is a really fun book. If anyone can get a hold of it, I've kind of gone back a little further than I normally do for this article, and I'm going to go back even further on the next article just to highlight some older books that a lot of people don't know about and don't give a lot of love to. I think next week or next month I'm going to look at a couple of Golden Age books or a Golden Age book. But this month's was a book from 1965, DC's Rip Hunter, and it's fantastic. It's a lot of fun. Doesn't really look down on its readers like a lot of the DC books of that time did. It doesn't play down to its readers. It doesn't, I mean, it's corny a bit because that's hard to get away from that time period. But the story itself is a lot of fun. It's good. It's good sci-fi. So if you get a chance, check out my review of that. And in tripping over reality news, I have a show in June. I'll be doing the All-Star Con, and I'm really happy about that. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to go, but my friends there who run the con comped me a table. I'd like to give a shout out to Kevin Bednar's, Mike Harbour, and Gary Lawhorn. Those guys really stepped up to the plate, and I can't say enough about how awesome that is. So if you're interested in my book and picking it up from me in person, or actually both books in the series, I will be up in June. I'll be up in Virginia, and I may do a couple of shows local. But if you're watching me from the Virginia area, I will be up in Northern Virginia in June. I think it's, I'm going to have to look at the dates. I think it's 7th, 8th, and 9th, or the 8th and the 9th of June. But I'm really excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And they've got some incredible guests, including Tom King. Last year they had Jason Aaron. They've really, for such a new con, they really get a lot of high caliber talent from the comic world, and they listen to their fans and as to what kind of guests we'd like to see there. And they're really pulling for a lot of good comic book stuff, because these are comic book cons. And a lot of these cons have moved away from comic books almost completely. And they're more pop culture cons, which I'm fine with, but don't call yourself a comic con. Call yourself a pop culture con. The comic books are what started this, and we need to not forget this whole comic books as the reason for the season, or the item that started the whole nerd movement, making nerds popular. I remember, young nerds got it good because being a nerd now is easy. But when we were kids, when I was a kid, I got beat up just for reading comics. I mean, that was just how it was, but now, people fly their freak flag, and I'm really happy that happens. But man, it was rough when I was younger.
Well, like well, I guess that's one thing that we can talk about too. Like,
I'm sorry.
No. I was thinking about that. No, man. Like, what I was digesting because I was thinking, damn, man, Tom King and Jason Aaron, man, that's pretty dope. But then, you brought up the whole, and that's what I've seen too, like what you're talking about. And I'm sorry, I'm kind of like half sentencing it.
Oh, Gail Simone's going to be there this year.
Oh, really? Yeah, see, that's one thing too, real quick. I like her Batgirl, like the first volume that she did of the New 52 Batgirl.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people didn't, but I did. And but yeah, I guess like one of the things, just a question for you, like
I like almost everything that she writes. The Secret Six.
Oh, you read her? I read the I think the first 3 or 4 issues of that. That's pretty cool.
Yes,
I mean, it's a totally different take on it, and it was more of a I think mature reader book. But yeah, I mean, I enjoy. I mean, I like Catman and stuff, and what was it? The Dibneys were in it, and I liked how Elongated Man. Frank Dibney, or is it?
Yeah.
Is it Frank Dibney? Okay. Yeah, like how he was playing the kind of like that bruiser type dude, the big
Ralph.
Yeah, Ralph. There we go. Ralph Dibney. Sorry, not Frank. I was thinking like Frank the Tank for some reason, and but yeah, that was really cool. I liked how they portrayed him. And but yeah, like but going back to what I was going to originally say, the big lag, yeah. So are we still lagging now, or are we good? Hello. Okay, I think we lost Chris.
I haven't said anything.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, we're back.
I think we're lagging.
Yeah, we're lagging a little bit. I mean, it's all right now. But what I was gonna say is that what?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I can hear you too. So I think we're good now. But okay, so do you, and I've seen this too, like with cons and stuff, is it got more pop culture than actually comic book convention wise? Like it's become more anime, more cosplay and stuff like that. I mean, are you down with that? Do you like that? Do you think it's intriguing? Or are you like, I fucking hate this? It's like we need to go back to the old ways. What's your take on it?
I don't mind it. I like it. I like new experiences. That's what I'm about. But don't mask yourself as a comic book con and have barely any comic vendors and and just have a bunch of, media stars and really ignore kind of what, I guess I'm saying, dance with the girl that brought you to the party.
Yeah.
Don't ignore comic books. And that seems to be what's happening is that people tend to be moving away from the source material for all this awesome stuff and concentrating only on the media side of it, the movie media side of it. And I think there needs to be an even split.
Yeah, no, I get you, man. Yeah, I mean, that's like going to Conapalooza. It's like what I saw was, a lot of, and they're more of, even though they had vendors, it was more of what you're talking about. It was more of gaming. It was more of the pop culture stuff, the cosplay stuff. And I mean, if you're going to, I guess for vendors, it sucks because it's just one of those things. If you're looking to make money, then it's just one of those things where, you're probably not going to make as much profit as you would at, like, let's say RobCon or maybe San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Or like a small, or like Heroes Con, in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, I mean, Dragon Con, I mean, I know it's like, it's not really for vendors and stuff. That's more of like gaming and stuff like that. And that place gets like really wild and crazy.
RPG vendors and game vendors do great at Dragon Con, but as far as like, comic vendors and stuff like that, they shouldn't even make an appearance. It's almost useless. I mean, it's Dragon Con. That'd be like me trying to sell my books at a car show.
Yeah.
Which I've done.
But still, I mean, it depends, man. I mean, it depends on, to me, it's like this. If, like how you said that your boys comped you at the table, like if for some reason, like, let's say, just, I don't know, like years down the road, Gentleman Cocktails gets comped the table at Dragon Con. It's like, fuck, dude. I mean, if we have like a comic book out, yeah, I'm gonna be pushing that shit. I'm gonna be like, hey, baby, check out our fucking first issue. It's like, I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna be pimping that shit, and then you're gonna be pimping fucking, reality. Fucking by then, you should have like 4 or 5 books. It's like, fuck yeah. It's like, do what you gotta do. It's like,
Oh yeah, well, if I'm somewhere doing something else, I'm absolutely going to have my books there.
Yeah.
Just like when we were at MEC, when we did the show at MEC, I was like, well, yeah, I'll sell books too if I can. If anyone's interested.
Yeah.
And I think I sold a whole 1 book.
You did, yeah. Oh, Johnny Bravo, man, he picked it up.
Yeah, I appreciate John. I mean, John's a great guy. I hope he enjoyed the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask him about it when you're at work.
Yeah, I saw him today when I went into work, because I went in to see about my schedule and stuff. And that's why I was at MEC earlier today too, because I wanted to see, like, now that we're coming to more of just a non-seasonal soiree, I guess, where we're coming to more of the regular time, so I just was like, okay, like, let me see what my schedule's looking like for next week and stuff like that, so we can plan, because just to let everyone know, we are most likely going to be doing another live stream at Mountain Empire Comics in Johnson City, Tennessee. I almost said Orlando, Florida, but I was going to be wrong. But yeah, I'm so used to saying, oh yeah, Orlando, Florida. It's like, but because I was talking about Orlando earlier, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, we are doing Friday, probably from like 12 to whenever we get tired, or we may just close the mother down, or until they kick us out. But yeah, we're going to be doing, we're it's pretty much, I think we're in agreement. It's pretty much 75 to 80% on board. So we both are, unless like some emergency happens or something. Then, But
I may have to stop at the VA prior to that. We'll see how that unfolds.
Oh yeah, no worries, man.
But I don't really want to do that day, because I can never tell how long I'm going to be there.
Well, Fridays are the worst because it's the day.
Yeah. I may go in there Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean Wednesday. Usually, yeah, Wednesday or Thursdays are the best to go because Monday and Tuesday they're always busy. Monday is because it's the beginning of the week. Fridays are like the worst because it's right before the weekend. Everybody just want to get the fuck out of there. Even the staff just want to be like, oh my god, no fucking, you know. Yeah. It's like TGI Friday.
Well, in true VA form, they lost my ID card, so they're supposed to mail it to me, and it ended up getting lost. So I have to go back in and get my picture taken. But hey, that's the VA. That's the service that we warriors deserve, apparently.
Hey man, I can't crap on the VA, man. I mean, they've been really good to me, man. So it's like I can't. I mean,
no. They're great. They're great, but I'm just clowning. I'm just clowning.
I mean, yeah,
I
dude.
haven't had an issue with them.
Like, I will say this, man. Like, before Obama was president, I mean, the VA was like really bad. And during the Obama administration, it got better, and even like in our current president now, President Trump, it's getting better still. And so I think that
fortunately, they've really addressed a lot of the issues that they were having. They still have too many issues, but you and I live in Tennessee, and Tennessee has probably the best VA program out of the entire country. So
yeah, I mean,
we're kind of lucky in that aspect.
I mean, that's like one of my goals and aspirations has always been to like move out west again, like to like California and stuff. But the I guess the double standard for me is that basically I know that the VA is probably going to be shit out there. It's like, and you're talking about California too, especially like I would love to live in Southern California, and it's like this is
good
a
old
place
California.
Yeah, it's like this is a place it's liberal as hell. But the thing is that when you drive on the fucking major high interstate, you see trash, like literally fucking globs of trash that's just stockpiled, and it's like, God bless you, get your fucking state together. I mean, this was like when the fucking
I loved living when I lived there back in 1903. They didn't have roads. No.
When the Industrial Revolution was starting,
I lived there from from late 87 to 90.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was stationed out there, and I loved it out there.
Yeah,
it was beautiful. But like you said, I mean, it always seems to be dirty. It's just overpopulated. You have way too many people in some of those areas, and I'm sure it's hard to keep up with cleaning up after them. Which is why people should clean up after themselves.
Exactly. Yeah, no. But also too, man. It's overpopulated too, but also too, it's the cost of living out there is like so damn high because California don't want
outrageous.
It's like that's why
outrageous.
Yeah, I mean that's like
outrageous.
And I love living in Tennessee because the cost of living is the most inexpensive I've ever been living in. Like even in Florida, it's like if I were to go back up to fucking New England, next thing, I mean, just a 1-bedroom studio apartment is like $1,000 to $1,200. Plus, I got to pay for annual fucking parking, which is like I don't have a fucking driveway. Oh no! I have to have a fucking parking pass just so I can fucking parallel park on the side of the road where it's like 6 months out of the friggin' year, it snows. So good luck with me trying to get my car out the fucking not even driveway out off the fucking edge of the damn road because I got fucking snow. Fuck that. I mean, it's great. Like when it comes to culture and history and stuff like that, I love to visit. It's awesome. But would I love to live there again? Fuck no. It's like enough of that shit. I mean, fuck. I mean, that's like people in Maine. It's like I don't see how they fucking do it. It's like, you know,
I don't either.
it's like, you know,
I don't
good
either.
God, man.
It's for me. I mean, I grew up in Ohio, so I'm used to snow and stuff like that. But I don't like it.
No, I don't. Yeah,
on a mountain where it snows more up here than it does anywhere else in Tennessee. Yeah, we got snow coming in this weekend. We had some flurries today, which I'm sure you guys didn't see down there in the valley, did you?
no, no. It was cold, man. It was windy and cold today. Like I was actually going to take Watson out, because I was kind of like telling him, I was like, hey, if the weather permits, you know, if the weather dictates, you know, Pops shall take you out.
Was he sitting there in his smoking jacket with his pipe?
He was. Last night he was doing cartwheels and backflips, and he wanted to go now. And next thing you know, man, I woke up.
We're going for a walk, master.
Yeah, it's like jolly good, sir. Are we going to do this now? Cheerio. Are we going to find some foreign bitches on the trail? You know, even though I lost my balls, we can just tell them I lost them in the war. Yeah, I lost my balls in the war. Yes, love.
I lost them in the trenches in France.
It was the great battle of Down Under.
Well,
but yeah, no, I was gonna, Jesus God, no, I was gonna take him for a walk, man. But man, it was just so fucking cold. Even this afternoon. Oh yeah, man. And then so, like, I was, since we were talking about it, like I was cleaning on, like we are like so off topic. We're not even, but I was cleaning out my I was cleaning my
I wasn't aware that we had topics.
Oh yeah, I know, but I mean, I try to keep it. Okay, I try to keep us to at least talk about like geek culture stuff. But I mean, yeah, it's like what we were talking about before. People, today is a free form, but real quick,
yeah, it's completely free form.
Yeah, it's really just free form. It's just kind of like, hey, how was your day? But yeah, no, I actually found my I actually own I have or had a guitar. And it's left-handed because I'm left-handed, and that was, I had it, and it's like I've had it for like 2 decades. I got that when I was 16, and I got it with my first a tax return check that I got when for my first job, and I even bought.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I even had I can't tune a guitar for shit, so I had to get an electric tuner for it that I could plug in, and then, like, you know, tune the E, G, and all B chords and shit. So yeah, I donated that to Goodwill.
Yeah,
like, you know,
you're aware they make battery powered tuners now. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It has a battery, like you plug it in to the guitar, and yeah. Yeah, it's like, and it takes like I think like a 9-volt or some shit. At least mine did, I think. But yeah, and that's
the new ones have the new ones have they use watch batteries.
Oh, really?
And you just clip it onto the end. You just clip it onto the end of the neck, and then you hit strings. You don't have to hook it up to anything. You just clip it on, and then you hit your strings, and it tells you where you are. You know.
Yeah, I fucking
yeah. What is it? EAG. No, EAD. G.
in there,
A.
Yeah.
No. I can't. What is it? I can't remember.
Dude, it's been forever since I played. The only reason I picked up the guitar because I love Metallica, and I wanted to play Fade to Black, the beginning of that, the intro. And that's the only reason why I picked it up, because I eventually did it. You know, I can't do it no more. Or anymore, not no more. Proper English. But
Yeah.
yeah,
It's eat all day. So it's EADGBE. That's it. That's the ticket.
all right. I'm glad that we solved that case. I was totally like bamboozled. That was just totally on my mind, man. I was just like,
I was lost.
but now you are found, so yeah. Yeah, no, I actually gave it a goodwill. I even had a case for it too and stuff, and yeah, and the lady was very nice. You know, it was really weird because okay, so like I go to the side and it says okay, donation center. I'm like, all right, and then I see all this stuff outside of the donation center. It says, hey, don't, and there's a big ass fucking sign that says like right on the side of the building, don't leave donations here. And I just see an array of like fucking shit that's just on the side, and you know, and then there's like it says, and then there's like it looks like a little doorbell thing, and it's marked etched in the wall. It says ring bell, and I'm just like, okay, this looks fucking weird. Like this is no, this ain't from like a horror movie.
Sanctuary.
What's up?
Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Ringing the bell. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's a Hunchback joke.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, you were around when Quasimodo's alive. I mean, you would know that shit.
Oh yeah, I remember Quasi. He and I used to hang out. We hit the clubs. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was cool. We used to hang out all the time. Then he met Esmeralda, and you know, we were actually in a band, the four of us. It was me, Quasimodo, you know, a couple other guys, and then he met Esmeralda, and she was like, you know, she was like the Yoko Ono of the group, and because of her, we lost Quasi. So it was very upsetting.
I can imagine. Well, yeah, that's like I was kind of worried, man, that they were gonna ask, hey, who do you like when I was donating it, you know, hey, who should I make this out to? I was gonna say George Harrison. And I was kind of, because I had this whole thing in my head, because for some reason, like my mom really liked the Beatles and my pops really liked Elvis, and so, and her favorite Beatle was George Harrison. Why the Quiet One? Only fucking her and God knows. But you know, and I've
George
never seen
Harrison.
George Harrison fucking talk before, or not that much. I mean, the guy fucking. I mean, when he did his own thing, you know, got my mind set on you. I mean, that's kind of like it.
Yeah.
You know, but I never seen the guy like talking fucking interviews or anything. The guy was just always the quiet one. It was like, no, Ringo was always the fucking, you know, guy who had to have the charisma because he was just fucking ugly. And I
think Ringo was ugly.
Paul, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Ringo was the ugly one. That's why he had to fucking have the personality, man. You know?
Yeah.
Paul just looked like a woman, so it's just kind of like, you know, I mean, all the ladies liked him because he was just, you know, very feminine, I guess. And then John just like the man, you know. No, that wasn't misogynistic, not at all.
God.
That wasn't sexist. But no, I'm just joking. No, I love.
No, he was just you know, he was the Alan Alda of the group.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I kind of thought.
Wasn't he vegan and
who?
And like, yeah, I you know, if any of you out there are vegans, you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
meat is delicious.
Well, yeah. See, that's like me. Like, I do kind of a similar...
Eat meat.
Well, yeah, it's what's for dinner. Well, beef. But I cut out dairy. Like for me personally, like dairy makes me feel very sluggish, very tired. I don't feel. Also, too, man, it inflames joints and stuff like that. From what I learned and stuff. So at least cow milk does. You know, like goat's milk is actually better for you and stuff like that. I drank almond milk, or what my brother calls nut juice. So, and but that's the only type of milk that I use that I drink. Is the almond milk, because I thoroughly enjoy it. But
I knew that about you.
oh yeah, it makes you gassy. Yeah. Which one? The nut juice or the cow's milk? I have no idea. I mean, if you're talking about almond milk,
it certainly does.
Doesn't make me gassy.
Milk, just milk, regular milk.
In general, oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
of course, anything makes me gassy.
Yeah. This has gone off the rails. But yeah, man. So
no, almond milk is fine. Regular milk, it makes me gassy. Yeah. But anything in general makes me gassy, and I enjoy farting. I mean, I enjoy farting. It's wonderful. But at my age, enjoying farting is like tap dancing in a minefield.
Yeah. Well, it's like, man, like I heard this.
Lost.
I heard this article, man, on or.
Oh, I lost him.
Hello, I can hear you, man. Are you there?
I lost you for a sec. You there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. No, I was going to say that I heard this article on like the radio or something, and they were saying that you can actually prolong your life by smelling your partner's farts. Apparently.
I'm sorry, it's not happening. I'm going to die early.
Yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, apparently, smelling your significant other's farts or partner's farts prolongs your life expectancy. I don't know how the fuck they came up with this, and this is a true thing.
We've gone completely off the rails.
I know we have, man. It's well, hey, man, you opened up that dam with the farts, man, when you said, "Oh yeah, I don't mind."
Oh goodness.
I smell my own farts.
Oh goodness.
So cool. But
I didn't say I like. I said I like farting. That doesn't mean I like smelling my own farts.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's different.
Let it
I love the feeling.
I like farting. I'm sorry.
Rewind the tape. I do like my own brand, though. I can't lie. But in comic news, Bendis is going to be writing the new Legion of Superheroes, which is both a blessing and a curse. I'm not a fan of Bendis's work generally, but the Legion is one of my favorite groups. So hopefully he'll do a good job. I hope he does. Yeah, I haven't read anything he's done for DC yet, so
I tried reading his Man of Steel, the before he went on to Superman and Action Comics. I read, I think 1, 2, and maybe 3 of that series, and I didn't really like it. Nothing blew my skirt up, and honestly, I don't really think that he's a good writer for Superman. I mean, now Jonathan Kent is older now in the comic books, I know, because Clark actually sees him, like in one of the final panel of, I want to say Superman, one of I think it was the last issue that came out. But yeah, it's like Jonathan. He's either a teenager or he's like a young adult. Like 18.
Oh, his son.
Yeah, Jonathan Kent. Yeah. I mean his son. It is his son with Lois.
Yeah, they should have a kid.
Oh, you're one of those people? My God, you know.
Then it killed her.
Huh?
It would have killed her.
Oh no, dude. You okay, man? The thing is, though, is that he was depowered when they had the kid, and it happened
Oh,
during
okay.
it happened during what you call it? Shit. Convergence. And then they
Okay,
fucking
yeah.
then they retconned it. So, and it's so fucking stupid, man. It's so convoluted too, because it happened during Convergence that they had the child, because this is when Superman, pre-New 52 Superman was taken from his Earth, was taken and put underneath the dome of this is when Telos became Telos, and was it Brainiac, the Supreme Brainiac, the one above all Brainiacs, took Metropolis pre New 52, and so it had Superman, and so he was put under a glass dome, which he couldn't have any. He wasn't getting any of the sun's radiation because it was an alien planet and stuff like that. So
Okay.
the yellow sun. So he was depowered. So that's how they produced Jonathan. And he actually had, and pre New 52 Batman, actually they actually had John on in the Batcave, and Bruce was actually, because I guess Bruce had, I don't know if he had like one of his father's old like doctor table things or whatever, you know, the but he was like, but he pulls out this he's like this table, and I think it was his father's, or he's like, hey, I kind of kept this for like a rainy day or something, you know, just because of my father or something. It was really good, man. It was a good scene. It actually, yeah, because it was Dan Jurgens and Lee Weeks who
I like Jurgens.
yeah, because there were two tie-ins to Convergence, and it also tied in with the main story too. But they did like all these offshoot tie-ins that were only 2 books, which I actually liked because they weren't like 4 or 5 or some ridiculous number, and they were actually oversized. So you had like 48 pages for each issue. So and yeah, and that's when Dan Jurgens came back, because after that he did a 7-issue mini. Him and Lee Weeks again did like where you had Clark Kent and Lois Lane and Jonathan as like a baby, and they were under the name of they were the Whites instead of the Kents, and they lived outside of Metropolis, and I can't remember what county they lived in, but yeah, I mean Lois wrote like books and articles under the name of like Miss X or something. It was actually really good. I mean, I have all the issues and stuff, but yeah, that's kind of like what got me into Superman. But yeah, I don't care for Bendis, man. I mean I like Bendis when he does low level criminal like Daredevil and
street characters.
Yeah, street characters. I mean,
yeah, it was great. He was his Marvel Knights work was great.
Yeah. I mean, I thoroughly.
Those are the type of characters he should write, which is what concerns me about him jumping onto the Legion, because the Legion is you know, super sci-fi in the 30th century, and it deals with, you know, a huge cast of characters. You know, the Legion's got what, like 40 members, which is why they're the Legion. So I'm a little concerned about his writing it. I hope for the best. I hope for the best. I'll definitely read it, because it's the Legion and I love them. And speaking of Legion, I've recently been reading the Keith Giffen, Paul Levitt's run from 1984. I've read the first 6 so far, and the annual number 3, which falls between a couple of the issues in that story, and it's fantastic. It deals with the Legion of Supervillains and the death of Karate Kid, and subsequently Princess Projecta, who was Karate Kid's lover, wife, murders Nemesis Kid, who killed a Karate Kid, just outright snaps his neck. So and that's really good. And the annual deals with the birth of Saturn Girl and Lightning Lad's son. And Lightning Lad has a twin, and most people on his planet have twins. So they thought they were going to have twins, but only one child was born. Well, during the birth, there was a great blackout caused by these people who were trying to bring Mordru back using the powers of a captured Shadow Lass and her brother. And during that blackout, Darkseid abducted one of the children. So there were twins, but only one was born, and they didn't know about the other one. And I don't know how much you're familiar with Legion history, but they have a villain called Valdius, who is this just giant monstrosity. And what he ends up doing, what Darkseid does, is he sends that child back to the past. And when that child becomes an adult, he becomes Valdius. And he actually goes against the Legion and doesn't realize that Saturn Girl and Lightning Lad are his parents. So there was a little bit of retconning there, but it worked. And I can't wait to see how that unfolds later, because they've encountered Valdius in the past. Mm-hmm. And I just want to see where that goes. It's an excellent series. I mean, Levitz and Giffen are fantastic. Giffen did the art on the first couple of issues. I can't recall right now who did the art, who took up the art chores after. I think it was issue 3 or 4. But the art's fantastic. Giffen's art, I'm glad he jumped off the art chores, because it's kind of his art. It's neat, it's stylistic, but it's not really my cup of tea. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that he gave up the art reins early in this series and just stuck with the story. He and Levitz do the co-plotting on it, so it's really good. It's well written, and if you're a Legion fan, I highly recommend it. Check it out.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, yeah, like ever since like Doomsday Clock, I've been more and more like, I know Saturn Girl because like to me it's like she's kind of like the, I don't know, like for at least in my circle, she's been like the most popular of the Legion, like other than like Superman or Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes, you know, being in the title. It's like Saturn Girl has always been like one of the more popular characters, and that's how I know her. And I like her in Doomsday Clock, and hopefully, you know, the next one's supposed to come out in the next 2 weeks, and hopefully we'll get more of her and stuff like that, and her involved.
Are you a fan of the Imperial Guard?
No, I'm not a fan of anything.
Well, you're familiar with them, though, right?
Vaguely, man. I mean, are we talking about in Star Wars?
You know, no, the Imperial Guard and the Shire Empire and the X-Men.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah, Gladiator.
That team is an analog of the Legion.
Oh, really?
If you look at that team and all the members, they have a matching member in the Legion.
That's pretty cool.
You know, much like the Squadron Supreme is an analog of the Justice League.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. I love the Legion. They have a really huge cast of characters. You know, a lot of them have really interesting powers. I like Matter Eater Lad. He can eat anything, which is kind of cool. And then they have the Legion of Substitute Heroes, which is a group of heroes who couldn't quite make it into the Legion because their powers are kind of sucky. Like Night Girl, who's really strong, but only at night. You've got
have like one
Stone
guy
Boy,
a bucket of water.
You got a guy who can turn into stone, but that's it. He just turns into a statue. He can't move. or anything else like that. You've got a chlorophyll kid who can make plants grow. You can't talk to them. You can't control them. You can just make them grow. Color kid who can just change the color of stuff. I mean, it's pretty funny.
No.
Good stuff. What are you doing?
Put on my coat, man.
Put your clothes back on.
I'm getting cold.
It's for the ladies.
Yeah, I know. It's for the. Save it for the ladies. Save it for the ladies. No, no, I was getting
Yeah.
I was getting cold, man. So I was just kind of like,
Oh,
I was on earlier, and I was like, screw this noise, man. I'm getting hot, and then I'm like, I'll just be cold, and I'm like, damn, it's getting fucking cold in here. I'm gonna put this on. Put on my John Barrymore coat. I just need my pipe.
reason. Yeah, we got a fire going. It's pretty nice
Well,
in here.
I
It's toasty.
Well, like, okay, so to my left side, or your right, like where, like right over here, right below this, they have like the old where my apartment building, they have the old style heaters that are like in the wall.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, because there's no central AC or heat here. So
What?
like, yeah, I know. I mean, I mean, hey, man. I mean, I'm not gonna bash on my place too much, man, because I mean the rent's pretty cheap, man. But then again,
and they might be watching.
yeah, exactly, and well, also too, man. I mean, it's like,
it out.
I don't, I mean, the crackheads leave me alone, and they don't try to steal my shit, so it's cool, because this is a pretty dodgy neighborhood, man. So it's. But
you know what, Joe Rogan? I smoke. You probably didn't notice, Joe Rogan, but I smoke rock.
That's right, Sally. We're gonna smoke this big ass rock, girl. I mean, fucking Tyrone Biggums.
That was one of the best.
Oh no,
skits.
that's
David Chappelle.
Yeah.
Tyrone Biggums, especially when he laid down, they were doing the Fear Factor thing, and he laid down on the worms, and he just went to sleep.
It's just like, I think he's passed out. It's like, oh, I can just sleep in this jail room, not a problem. But I'm just gonna go sleep right now, baby. And but yeah, no, the Legion. I mean, it seems pretty cool, man. But yeah, I actually, man, I wanted to bring this up. I have, you know Marvel's Black Knight, right? Dane Whitman.
Dane Whitman, yeah.
Yeah, dude, I have like I love the character, and it's such a obscure character, and I don't really. And I know it's based off of the Black Knight mythology, Arthurian legend and stuff. And he has and he wields the ebony blade, which I just find so baller. And I love it so much, man. I picked up I was at Walmart, man, the other day, and I picked up. They actually had the Legends action figure of him, and I was like,
oh, cool.
This is really cool. And I picked it up, and it's really cool, man, because it has like 3 different heads. It has like the old school knight helmet, which is more like the squared off one, the Black Knight. Then it has like the one where,
which I think is his uncle wore, didn't he?
I don't know, probably
Dan Garrett.
But
is that his name? I can't remember. The original Black Knight was a villain.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the Masters of Evil, yeah.
Yeah, because the sword actually, because it's the ebony blade itself, it's actually over time it corrupts you. It's like cursed. It's like a cursed item if you're playing like D&D.
Of course.
And then they have the one helm where it has like the wings on the side, and it's the more modern helm. And then they have the next helm, which is just without the wings, but the more modern, stylistic looking one. And I'm just and yeah, man, it's just like, and I've always been fascinated with that character more than Captain Britain himself. And because I know the Black Knight's been on the Avengers, and he's been on Excalibur, and just like the just Marvel's version of it. And I can't remember if he's tied with Morgana Le Fay, if that ties in with it as well, like the sorceress.
Oh yeah.
And but I've always had like an affinity for that character, and I've always wanted to, and I should have did a little more research on him before we got on, man. But I whenever I see him in like a comic book, man, like I always have to, like they did the Black Knight series, like it was like 5-issue or 6-issue series when they relaunched the all different Marvel, and I picked up like every issue of that, and because the covers are fucking phenomenal, and he's in Weird World. I think that's like where he's originally from, Weird World, right? Or that's like his domain or some shit.
And that's some retcon there.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, because he was from Marvel 616. I mean, he was just. I have his first solo appearance.
Really?
I think it's in a Marvel premiere. Yeah.
That's cool, man. Yeah, it's just one of those obscure characters, man, that I just like no one gives a shit, but it's like I love it so much because it's like it's because of like the origins. It's like, oh shit, it's the Black Knight, you know, and that's just like how I've always seen like Darth Vader. I mean, well, fuck, he's the Black Knight, you know. It's like, I mean, you know, if we're gonna go all Arthurian legend and shit, I mean, that's
it's Marvel superheroes. Here,
what's up? Oh, you're gonna put the link
on here. I'll send you an image of the cover.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Like last time when you tried to send me something, yeah, I eventually got in the chat. I just couldn't see which button it was. So if you want to put it like in our Google chat, I should be able to get it now. I'm still learning
the
interwebs.
Interwebs.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that?
It's so funny, man. What's up?
Nothing. Kelly's giving me shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I always talk to my coworkers and say, yeah, man, I'm hip on the Facebooks and the YouTubes.
The Facebooks.
Yeah, the
YouTubes.
The YouTubes. And they're like, dude, we love how like you say that shit. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? It's like, dude, you say the Facebooks and the YouTubes. I'm like, yeah, dude. I mean, interwebs. It's like
you're supposed to say.
Yeah, right. You know, oh, the internet. Yeah, interwebs. Whatever. You know, it's a thing.
It's the World Wide Web.
Yeah, AOL, right? You know, the fucking dial-up back in the day. Oh, here we go. Oh,
click on that. That'll bring up the image.
Yeah,
I've got that.
Oh,
I've got that book. It's awesome. It's a fun book. I mean, he'd appeared in a few Avengers books prior to that, and this was like his first solo adventure, and it takes you to his. He goes back to Britain. He visits. He looks into his own background, and his heritage that he didn't really know much about. And it's a good book. And I believe I'm going to have to look again, but I believe Morgan Le Fay's in that.
Really? That's very cool.
It's been a bit. I've looked at it, but it's a nice book. And when you're over next time, we'll pull it out. We'll pull it out.
Yeah.
And I'll let you look at it.
Look,
I'll let you look at my Black Knight.
Or ebony blade, full unsheathed, live and inspired.
Idiots.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whoever's watching, they're like these guys.
Hello, baby. I call this my ebony blade. Let me unsheath it.
It's my ebony blade, but it's purple.
It's like, it's my ebony blade.
It's got a German helmet on it too. We're not ready for prime time.
I know. Shit, I don't think we'll ever be. But no, yeah, like so yeah, that was one thing I wanted. Oh yeah, like I actually have you seen the new Power Rangers movie?
I, sir, am not a Power Rangers fan. they were a little after my time.
I would say way after your time.
So, shut up, man. I remember when Bugs Bunny first came out. No, I'm not that old.
Oh man, even I know who Mel Blanc is, man.
My first cartoons were cave paintings on walls.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm. Much like He-Man, I was never a fan, and it's not because I'm sure I wouldn't like it, which I'm sure I wouldn't. It's just that it's just after my time. That's all.
Yeah.
No,
I get.
I understand it has a huge following. What were you going to say about the movie?
No, I was gonna okay, so I was in middle school and high school when Power Rangers first came out. So I mean, I was kind of like at that. I knew it was based off of something that was in it's Super Sentai is what, but I never knew that until like later on that this was an actual Japanese property. And a lot of the footage that they used for like the fight scenes and shit were actually from the Super Sentai stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty dope, but all the American stuff was just shit that they added, like the characters. So, but I saw and I own like the first season because my favorite, the one I like the most and my favorite is Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, fucking Green Dragon, baby, Dragonzord, and stuff like that. Motherfucker just baller. I mean, Tommy's like Jason can be the leader, the Red Ranger, the T-Rex, my T-Rex arms, basically, and they both vie for like the Pink Ranger's affection, right? Tommy is basically the cool motherfucker who gets the Pink Ranger Kimberly Prego and fucking says, I'm sorry, baby, I gotta go off on an intergalactic thing and I gotta fight monsters and shit. And she's like, okay. And then fucking next thing you know, she don't know whether or not Tommy's coming back. So then that's when Jason fucking just slides right in and fucking be like, and it's like, oh, Tommy left you in a bad situation, did he? Because Kimberly finds out she's pregnant and shit while Tommy's off fighting intergalactic and shit, and probably never to be seen again.
Wait, what? There was a pregnancy? What?
I'm saying that Tommy, the badass mofo, gets Kimberly pregnant, goes off in intergalactic space, while Jason, on the other hand, says, "Oh, that's a bad deal. We don't know if we're ever going to see Tommy again." Yeah. And so she finds out she's prego, and then fucking she marries Jason, and now Jason becomes the baby daddy of some fucking
Jason's like Jody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Jason waits till the guy goes out in the field and then he moves in and taps that ass.
Exactly. See? Or probably never really taps the ass because it's just kind of like he's trying to get that ass, but really
Tommy wouldn't know what
Kimberly still has affection for Jason don't know what the fuck to do. Kimberly still has affections for Tommy, and she's like, I can't. It's. But I don't mind you raising my kid, though. It's like, it's like, good God, woman. But that's what I'm saying. Like Tommy's the badass motherfucker.
So Kimberly pulls her pants down, and Jason's like, "Where's the penis?"
Yeah, but yeah. So that's like, but yeah, Tommy's the badass motherfucker. And Jason's like the leader of the thing. But
I am familiar. I am familiar with the show. I have had kids that watched it. That's how old I am. So I have seen it in the background and seen the big rubber monsters in the cities that they fight and the little rubber monsters and.
Yeah, the putties and all that. Yeah, I mean,
it's interesting.
But the new movie, I actually like it, man, because it actually makes I'm guessing you're familiar with the character Rita Repulsa.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, the woman.
Yes, sir.
With the Madonna boobs.
The villain.
you know, like she was like back in the 90s. You know, it's like it's just fucking crazy looking. And cone boobs, yeah.
Didn't she wear those Madonna boobs on her head?
No. She, well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Her hair was kind of like that, but she had like the full on like cone boobs too. It was really fucking weird, man. But the but the thing was, but in this version, like Rita is actually the Green Ranger, and Zordon,
really?
yeah, like Zordon, because in the TV show, like Rita has the power coin of the Green Ranger, and there's this green candle that she makes where once she gives Tommy Oliver, because he transfers to Angel Grove High, or Angel Grove, and goes to Angel Grove High, and then basically she's like, hey, you know, to foil the Rangers and to reign supreme, I'm going to have a sleeper agent in Tommy and stuff like that. And she basically, you know, woos them with unlimited power. But Tommy doesn't know about the candle. So basically, while Tommy is she seduces Tommy and shit, and she does some, you know, woo magic stuff on him to make him kind of evil and go along with her evil scheme. She's also burning this candle that she made, because basically once the candle burns all the way, like the Green Ranger powers will die out too. So, and I believe he's supposed to die as well. So, but he doesn't know this, and but yeah, so he never shows up in the new movie, but there is a mid-credit scene where you find out that he because there's because a lot of these people are in detention. That's how they become friends. And if you've seen Chronicle, the movie, I don't know if you have or not.
Yeah, I have.
It starts out a lot like, it's very similar to Chronicle. I will say that in the way
Chronicle was good. It was interesting. I mean, it wasn't groundbreaking, but it was fun.
That is the only found footage movie that I actually don't hate as much. I still hate it because it's found footage, and I cannot fucking stand it. I cannot stand found footage movies. I cannot stand the shaky cam. It's like, God damn it, put it on a fucking dolly or a fucking or a racetrack or whatever the fuck. But quit with this shaky shitness, man. I can't stand
There are some found footage movies I don't mind, but it's been done to death. And you know, I liked. Oh, what's the movie with the giant monster?
Oh, Cloverfield.
Yeah, I liked that. It was a found footage film. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
See, that's like, I didn't.
I did. But yeah, I get it. And I can see people especially people who have an issue with motion sickness. I can see them not enjoying those films at all.
Yeah.
You know, especially with the shaky cam.
Yeah, it's like
it's annoying. And it all started with that shitty Blair Witch movie.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and how that made like fucking a gazillion dollars is beyond fucking me. I mean, it's just like, and that's just, I mean, I don't want to talk bad about the general audience, man, but it's like, my God, you know, it's like, I didn't even watch the Blair Witch, and I probably never will. I mean, I've seen the parodies and the stupid fucking stuff, you know, like the clips that people make fun of and shit. I was like, yeah, because it's fucking retarded, you know. I mean, I don't even have to see the damn movie and just tell you, yeah, it's not even a fucking movie. I mean, it's people just.
I saw it in the theater when it came out because it was supposed to be so groundbreaking. Yeah. I left that theater so pissed off. I was like, this is the shittiest movie I've ever seen. You know, next to The Spirit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't blame people for having that intrigue and stuff like that, but if a person were to tell me, oh, it's fucking, you know, it changed the game and it's fucking death defining, and are you fucking kidding me? It's like
the second one was better.
Yeah, I mean the second one,
because they had a budget, special effects, and it wasn't found footage.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, like I almost saw that one in the movie theater. I didn't, because I haven't seen that one either. But yeah, I mean, but I liked it because I liked that they were supposed to go more into the lore and stuff like that, and all that jazz. But yeah, but
the found footage horror movies that I did like were, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, were the paranormal movies. I thought they were good.
They were all right. I mean, it's like
for their low budget, I thought they were pretty good.
I mean, the thing is that I liked them. Okay, those were a little bit different because those weren't as, at least the first one, because they did more of the cameras like mounted and stuff like that.
Cameras mounted throughout the house. Yep.
So yeah, you didn't really have that shaky cam shit. I mean, that was a little bit. I will say that that I could stomach a little bit more, and because I did see,
and it was actually intriguing and suspenseful.
Yeah,
and you were waiting to see what happened next. It was they were good stories. So
like I will never fault anyone for being, or calling anyone an idiot or a moron or like you made a dumb choice, because you're intrigued and you want to see something.
Oh yeah.
You know,
if someone enjoys something, I'm not going to make fun of them, or I might make fun of them for it, but I'm not going to call them a moron or stupid, because it's their opinion. Yeah. And opinions are never wrong.
Yeah, I mean, everything's subjective, man. I mean, media is fucking subjective. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, but just me personally, I'll never pay, hard-earned, sweaty money for, like, you couldn't even, I mean, even if somebody gave it to me as a gift, which I would see it as a fucking bad omen or a fucking hexed item, I'd be like, this is bad. This is not the fucking... No, hell no. This got like some gypsy curse on it, man.
Bad juju on this.
Yeah.
You're just throwing it out, wouldn't you?
I'm a gypsy motherfucker. This got the bad gypsy on it. Fuck that. I'm a jibbo, man. I know what's up. It's like, fuck that.
Well, speaking of gypsies and horror films, did you see Thinner?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I love that movie, dude.
I love that movie. Yeah, it's great.
It's most grotesque part of the movie is like when the guy's in the fat suit and he's getting a blowjob from his wife. It's like, I'm just like, good God. And then he hips the gypsy dude, the old lady. The old lady, yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah. But
did you see Drag Me to Hell?
I did, yeah. That was who was that?
That was good too. That was another good creepy gypsy movie. Yeah, that old lady. Oh, when she attacked, what's her name? She attacked the lady in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. She tried to gum her and stuff.
I seen it once, man, so I barely remember that scene. But I remember, like, fucking people. I remember somebody saying, man, it's like, she got dragged to hell. It's like, yeah, no shit, man. It's called Drag Me to Hell. I mean, goddamn. I mean, what do you want, motherfucker? It says in the damn title. Yeah. It's like.
It's not called Take Me to Monaco.
Yeah, it's like, this ain't fucking eating quesadillas, margaritas, and banging senoritas, motherfucker. I mean, this ain't fun times at the El Royale, bitch. I mean, it's called Drag Me to Hell. Good God. But
I enjoyed that. I enjoy horror films. I just love them.
I don't like horror. I am not looking forward to the new. That's like, I don't know if you've seen the new trailer for Pet Sematary.
I'm really not big into remakes of horror films, and here's why. They never truly capture the flavor or the feeling, or quite frankly, the budget of, because they're low budget, these movies have a certain feeling and experience that they can never capture again. Like when they remade Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all 70 times they've remade it, I was not a big fan.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable, but it wasn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, the prequel that came after the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, was actually pretty good. I enjoyed that. But remakes are never, on horror films, are almost never as good as the originals. The exception being the remakes that Hammer did of the Universal horror monsters when Hammer Studios was doing stuff back in the 60s and 70s. Those are amazing. But modern day remakes, not necessarily great. Now, the remakes that they did of the remake that Zack Snyder did of Dawn of the Dead is the exception. That's a fantastic film.
Yeah, I love.
I'm not
really like that movie.
Oh, I love it. I'm not sure if I want to see a Pet Sematary remake because the original was so creepy. When the little kid came back from the dead and was stabbing people.
Yeah, dude, honestly, man, I'd rather watch Maximum Overdrive on repeat than watch goddamn Pet Sematary, even the original one again.
Yeah.
Because I actually love, like, I have an affinity for Maximum Overdrive, especially like with Emilio Estevez and like him riding the fucking tractor trailer or the big rig with the Green Goblin on the fucking
It's honestly one of my least favorite Stephen King adaptations, but I'll watch it. I mean, it's so 80s good.
I love how all the fucking big rigs go in a circle and shit. I love how the fucking what is it, the vending machine eats that one guy, which is so fucking retarded. Also, too, it's like, you know who directed that, right?
No.
Stephen King.
Was it Spielberg?
No,
Stephen King directed it? Oh, wow. I wonder, that's sad that it's my least favorite Stephen King adaptation, and he directed it. I did like the remake of It.
Yeah, see, I still haven't seen that, man, but I've heard it's really good, man. I mean,
it is super good. It is super good, and I love that instead of like the TV series that they did a TV miniseries. It had Venus Flytrap from WKRP and John Boy Walton and a young Seth Green is in that. I enjoyed it, but it was a lot like the book where it switched back and forth between timelines. What I like about the new film is it deals specifically with the kid timeline, and the second film is going to deal with the later timeline with them as adults. So I think that's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know
that guy as Pennywise was excellent. Now the original Pennywise,
Tim Curry
was amazing. Yeah, he's just he's so creepy, and he did an amazing job. But this new guy's good too.
Yeah, I mean,
I know. From Where the Millers.
No, he wasn't from me. He's from Hemlock Grove. He's one of Skarsgård's.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Meet the Millers. Okay, well, I thought you said We Are the Millers.
We're the Millers.
Yeah. No, you're thinking of a different actor. You're talking about the kid, the guy who is the son, and Where the Millers.
Oh, that's not. Oh, yeah.
No, that's not him. Because that actor's name is Will Polk. The guy who played Pennywise is Bill Skarsgård. He's Alex Skarsgård, and
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But
yeah. Well, he's great. He's great.
Yeah.
I mean, he's creepy, and he just pulls it off. It's good. I liked it, and the director just was really good at pulling the emotions out of the kids, which is hard to do. I think the best filmmaker to do that is Spielberg when he does movies like 8mm and not 8mm. It was 8mm and wasn't it?
You're talking about Super
8? E.T. Super 8. Yeah, Super 8, E.T.
with J.J. Abrams.
Are you sure? It's the drugs.
No, you're good. No.
But anyway, Spielberg is just fantastic at pulling the emotions out of the kids. Look at E.T. and look and you believe the kids, which is amazing. And for him to do that is phenomenal. And this, I don't know who directed it, but he did an amazing job directing those kids.
I think the director's name is Andy Muschietti. I could be wrong. I'll just look it up real quick. Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. Are you really going to give me this crap now? Oh, God. Right.
Yeah.
Well, damn it all. Yeah, Andy Muschietti. Yeah. But yeah,
What
I mean,
else,
yeah.
What else is?
Huh?
What else has he done?
Ooh, that's good. I think. Let me. Oh, he's known for Mama. Yeah, I've seen that movie.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
And he's doing It Chapter 2.
Super creepy.
Yeah, it comes out this year.
And of course, we've talked about James Wan, because he did Aquaman, but his movies, his horror films are phenomenal.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first Conjuring. Sorry,
I did too.
I went blank. But yeah, I swear to God, I'm gonna get through this goddamn Power Rangers thing. But yeah, but talking about remakes, so they already did kind of like a Power Rangers movie. They actually did two, one with Ivan Ooze and stuff like that. But the thing is that I thoroughly enjoyed it, even though it was a lot like Chronicle if you've seen it. And also too, it's like they actually had like the Yellow Ranger, Trini, like she is actually a lesbian in it. And I mean, they don't have like a big old lesbo scene or anything, but I mean, the Power Rangers, they actually get to know each other. One kid, Zach, he's actually Asian, where Zach.
Well then why watch it?
Huh?
Then why watch it?
I mean,
then why watch it?
Why watch what?
Why watch Power Rangers if it doesn't have a big lesbian scene?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, it's like I like the see, I barely remember a lot of the original series, to tell you the truth, and I haven't really. It's I will say the original series is just one of those things where it's like it's of its time. It's like does not keep up, except for like the fighting and stuff, which I really love, and
yeah,
but you have Jason Scott, who's like who's the Red Ranger. He's actually the football captain. He's actually the quarterback and stuff like that. And the way that the movie starts out, he's actually pulling a prank on a rival team, a football team, and the cops are actually after him and stuff. And you learn that his father is actually he works on the docks. He's a fisherman on Angel Grove, and he actually had scouts set up to watch Jason. Jason fucks up his knee because he gets into a car accident of his own demise, running away from the cops, and he sees they don't expel him, but they don't suspend him because it's the senior year, but he's basically he's thrown into detention. Basically, he has to go every day, and he's on house arrest too. So from the cops, and then yeah, so because I guess like legally he's still a minor. I guess he's like 17, turning 18 and stuff like that. So and his father makes it known that, hey, listen, look, I had to pull all the strings that I could to not like have your ass like thrown in jail and stuff like that, or try it as an adult.
Is he a rich kid?
No. He comes from a I would say like working middle class family, or maybe just below middle class.
Just new people.
What's up?
And was able to pull, his dad just knew people.
Yeah,
And was able
because
to pull
Native Grove. I mean,
okay.
they know because like he has a mom that you fucking never see. I mean, you see her like in one frame, and you see that he has like a little sister too. Kimberly, okay. Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, like she is head cheerleader. I don't remember her being a fucking head cheerleader in the. And this is where the how I like the movie better than TV show, because the TV show, all these motherfuckers are like ninja karate goddamn masters, Like it should be Bruce Lee and the Karate fucking Kids, And they always go to fucking YK Kim goddamn YMCA karate tournaments in the fucking show, right? But it's like, but no, these motherfuckers, they actually have to learn karate on their fucking own. And like when they find the power coins and they find the fucking Zordon. And honestly, man, like the beginning first 3 minutes of the movie is set in the Cenozoic era, so like the era of the fucking dinosaurs and shit. And you see Zordon, the big floaty head in the series, or the big blue floaty head, like he's actually the Red Ranger, and you have Rita Repulsa, Cone Tits, she's actually the Green Ranger, And the thing is that the lore is that every world has like this Zeo crystal. Now, Zeo crystal is a thing that gives life to a planet, right? So that determines whether or not life can grow, can metamorphosize and stuff like that, and go through different stages.
Life will find a way.
Yeah, life finds a way, as we know in Jurassic Park. It's like because they try to make every fucking dinosaur fucking a female, But yeah, but the thing is, so Rita and what I like about it is they're not even fucking humans. They're beings from like different planets. Like Zordon's some blue looking dude, bald head blue looking dude, and it's played by what's his name? Fucking Walter White, Cranston. God damn.
Cranston, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember what's his first name. What's Cranston?
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. Thank you. Yeah. And that's like there's a character named Billy Cranston. Like he's the Blue Ranger, and actually Bryan Cranston was I can't remember how he had ties to the Power Rangers, the TV show, but they actually used his last name for that character of Billy Cranston, the brainy kid. I can't remember how, but I don't know if he was like an assistant or a producer or what the fuck. But they were like, oh, Cranston, that's pretty cool. It's like, well, we'll name him Billy Cranston, the brainy kid. And yeah, I can't remember how he has ties to that, to that series, Saban's Power Rangers.
Huh.
But yeah, so that's where the name, that's where the character name actually comes from, Bryan Cranston. But how, I can't remember the story. But yeah, so, and then you have which back in TV series, the African American kid Zach was the Black Ranger. Well, Zach is actually Oriental. I don't know if he's Korean, Chinese. I'm sorry, Japanese. I don't know. I don't think they ever bring up his actual like heritage or his ancestry, because his nationality is American. But like where his ancestry comes from. But what's kind of cool is that Zach, he actually he kind of skipped school to take care of his mother, because basically she's dying of some. I mean, but she takes like 1,000 fucking pills, I think, and they live in a fucking trailer park, that they're like right next to the mines and stuff. So I think that she may be getting like black lung from like all the digging and stuff from the mines or whatever, because of all the coal, all the fumes and stuff, because the trailer park's right next to it. So yeah, I mean, he skipped school, to take care of his mom, and then Trini, I told you, she's lesbian, and also too, like what's different about her is that she actually her parents are upper middle class, unlike Jason's, which is more like lower working middle class. But she's been moving like she said for like 3 years she's moved to 3 different schools, and basically her family her mother like is like one of those like overboard very smother love mothers, where it's just like she thinks if anything's out of whack with her daughter, she's doing drugs. And she even tells her at one point, pee in the cup, because she doesn't believe that her daughter's not doing drugs, because and she's just overbearing, and stuff like that. And then Kimberly is actually she's actually on a cheerleader, or was a cheerleader, quit. And then there's like a reason why she does that and stuff like that. And yeah, we talked about Billy. Billy is actually really cool, because Billy has, I don't know if I think he has autism. He has some type of disorder where he doesn't feel emotions, or he can't register them really well, right? And I always hate this, that nowadays it's like either a person with Asperger's or autism it's like a goddamn superpower, but it kind of works for this movie. It's like
cool.
Yeah. And so like I actually, dude, I picked it up at Mr. Case for like $5 on Blu-ray, man. I mean, and it was really? A special, yeah, it was like the special where it had the Blu-ray, the DVD, and like the fucking soundtrack, and a digital download. Cool. Yeah. And for like $5. And I looked at all the discs, and they weren't scratched. Like somebody must have fucking bought this shit. It was like, this ain't my fucking Power Rangers, and just said, fuck it, to Mr. Cage you go, you are banished. And they got like $2 for it in trade, and he sell it for like a nickel.
I've been doing some investigating while you were talking about the show. Yeah. And apparently Cranston had done a couple of the monsters on voiceovers for the original TV show. And was a good friend with the director of the show, and that's why they named the character after him.
Oh, okay. So
that's also why he returned for the big screen movie.
Oh, cool, man.
That's kind of...
Yeah, that's pretty baller.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks, man. Thank you for enlightening us, because like, I don't mean to be sardonic. I mean, I actually
no,
because I didn't want you to take it that way. No, I'm like actually, hey, thank you, man, because I totally did not. I heard about how he was tied to some way, but I couldn't either remember or just. But yeah, that's cool, man. That he actually did like motion capture, like playing the monsters and stuff, and he was good friends with the director of a lot of the episodes. Cool, man. Well, thank you, man. Like
that's awesome. That's awesome. Just for shits and giggles, and to throw this out there, while we're talking, I'm also watching Kevin Bednar's live on Facebook. He's a friend of mine. He was co-owner of Comic Logic up in Virginia. The first shop to carry my book. He's also the owner of the pub there in Ashburn, Virginia, and the co-creator of the All-Star Con.
Oh, cool.
And he is also an amazing artist, and he has live videos. If anyone ever wants to watch some fantastic art being done live, you just friend him and watch his videos. Kevin Bednar's, Bednarz. He's amazing.
Really?
So there's a shout out. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's drawing Man Who Laughs now, and it's great. It's great. He did during October. He did an entire month of horror characters, and he just did a phenomenal job.
That's pretty cool.
It was just awesome for Inktober.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, Inktober.
Yeah. So the reason why I bring the reason why I bring up the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is because Kyle Higgins, who did New 52, Nightwing, and did Batman Beyond 2.0 for DC, he actually redid like the Power Rangers comic book for Boom Studios, and it's a phenomenal fucking book. I mean, I cannot remember where it's set in. I mean, it's on issue like 34 right now, and but it's you have. So remember how I was like telling you about like Rita and the candle and stuff like that with Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger. Well, in the TV show, Tommy Oliver, you know, he becomes good, you know, and the candle's still there. And I can't. And so basically, Zordon basically tells him, "Listen, look, when the candle burns out, you know, there's no way to really stop this when the candle burns out, but we can slow it down." You know, but once the candle burns out, you lose the Green Ranger powers. You know, that's just, you know, there's no coming back. Yeah. But we can slow it down. That's not a problem. So, and then later on, Tommy becomes the White Ranger, and he gets the which he has a Saba, which is the tiger blade, because like the hilt is a talking tiger head named Saba, Saba, and yeah, and he becomes the White Ranger, which is white and gold and black. But the thing is that, okay, so Kyle Higgins set it up to where it's like, all right, well, we're gonna kind of take the Power Rangers and do like this multiverse shit. So basically, so he takes the Power Rangers, kind of continues the mythology and stuff like that, and so in the series you have this guy called Lord Drakkon, Drakkon, Drakkon.
Okay.
And basically, he is a version of Tommy Oliver if Tommy Oliver stayed with Rita, under the control of Rita, right?
So it's like an evil Tommy Oliver.
Yeah, and like his suit looks pretty bad because it's a mixture of the two. It's a mixture of the green and the white. And
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and it's really baller, man. The suit, and you kind of learn about this in the story. And the thing is that I just finished it, and the thing is that Lord Drakkon, like he was there's a thing called the green crystal, and he looked into the green crystal. It's kind of very Doctor Who-ish, where it's like the master looked into the void and just kind of, and it's like the doctor says, like, listen, look, the people who look into the void or look into time, the end of time, either come out knowing a lot of knowledge, or they go fucking crazy, you know. And you know, he's telling one of his companions this, and basically the you know, the latter is the master, and then the former is more of like the doctor. And or no, he says, no, oh god, no, I never looked into it, you know. But I think he did. I think he does. But the thing is that Tommy looks into this green crystal, Lord Drakkon, and the thing is that he sees all these multiverses of other Tommy Olivers. Is that the thing that it makes him go kind of crazy, because in every other one, Tommy's good. Like every other multiverse of Tommy Olivers, they're good. He's the fucking anomaly. He's the deviant number in the equation.
Black sheep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so that kind of makes him go fucking nuts. And so basically he kind of bends time and space to his own whim, and fucks all the reality up. And he becomes like the kind of like a fucking like a, because he gets this thing, this heart. I can't remember what it's called. It's something. It's a fuck. It's some type of.
The fuck
it's
heart?
Called something. Yeah, the something heart, and like heart of the universe or some shit. I don't know. But he gets that, and he basically changes reality. And the thing is that the Power Rangers remember things before that they they have these new memories, but they also have these old memories too of how things were, and it's really interesting.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I mean, like I
Kind of like Power Girl.
yeah,
Kind of like Power Girl in the Infinite Crisis,
yeah,
or before the Infinite Crisis, where she was remembering memories from Earth 2 that didn't exist because of the crisis.
yeah,
Which I thought was amazingly well done.
yeah. I mean, I know I'm kind of,
You know, her origins had been so skewed over the years that you know, and Johns took it and just did an incredible job making her awesome again. I think.
well, I thought the Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. I mean, they did a really good job with the Power Girl stuff too, like their run.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the run up to Infinite Crisis.
Yeah,
It was really good, and Infinite Crisis itself.
yeah,
Just a phenomenal run, just amazing.
yeah. Like
Some
I
of
know,
DC's finest work.
I know, I kind of fumbled or fumble fucked, as it were, the story a little bit, but it's just like I got because the problem is that I started the series at Mountain Empire Comics when John Stone, the former owner, when he was still alive, and God rest his soul. Yeah, and and then I got off of it for a bit, but then I went to Books A Million like yesterday, and I found like most of them in all the way up to current right now of the trade paperbacks over there, and they were like half off, you know. And
nice.
Holy shit, yeah, I was just like, holy fuck, man, this is great. And yeah, and then so that's why it's just like I kind of like just was like fucking just delved back into it. So I'm trying to remember stuff from like before, and it's just kind of like, but also too, Kyle Higgins. Cool. Yeah, Kyle Higgins. I mean, that motherfucker kind of padded that shit out. I mean, too, where it originally was only supposed to be, I think, like 12 issues. And I guess because Boom Studios saw that it was doing so good, they're like, hey, dude, you got to do a fucking basically what what's his name, Dan Slott did for Superior Spider-Man. They were like, fuck. I mean, like if you know the story where Superior Spider-Man sold so damn well that Marvel went to Ben Slott and said, hey, dude, you got to patent this shit out, bro. You got to have a, you know, you got to extend this, because Dan Slott even said in an interview, I just wanted to do 6 issues, at most 12. I mean, but you know, it was selling so well, I had to come off of stuff off the fly. That's why you had Miguel O'Hara back in there in the past in Superior Spider-Man. You had Superior Venom in there too, which I actually like Superior Venom. But it's like one of those things where, and that's kind of like where I got off of the Power Rangers to parallel with Superior Spider-Man, is that I could see it was getting padded, like, and the story kept felt like it was like spinning its wheels, or it's like you could have done all this shit in one comic book. You didn't have to fucking expand it for 3. So it's just kind of like, well, fuck, you know. It's like, and at $4 a comic book, it's kind of like, all right, dude, you know, it's like I could be, you know, fucking at, you know, getting a DC book or a Marvel book, you know, at this fucking rate.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean,
Boom does some quality work with the licensing products, though. I like what they've done with Planet of the Apes and Star Trek, and
yeah, I love the crossover
they've
done Planet of the Apes and Green Lantern, fucking phenomenal, man.
Good stuff.
And what
good
you
stuff.
said,
and weren't they behind the recent Star Trek Legion?
Oh, did they do a crossover?
I think they were.
Really?
I thought they did.
That's pretty
No, it was Green Lantern.
Yeah,
no,
they did.
I can't remember, man.
Well, they did 2. They did the Spectrum War, and then there was another. I have a few of those comic books, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, man. Like I have the first.
They did a Star Trek Legion of Superheroes book too.
Did they really? That's cool, man.
And I think it was Boom Studio. I have it. I have so much stuff I can barely remember what I have.
Yeah. Well, see, that's like me too, man. It's like dude. It's like I was cleaning out my closet, man, because I wanted to make.
I'm sorry, that was IDW. My
Oh, dude, you're good.
bad.
Yeah, well, IDW is good too, man.
Oh, they do good licensed stuff too. Who I don't like is Dynamite. They did some really decent stuff early on, like Project Superpowers and stuff like that.
Oh, I love their Shadow. I mean, especially with the fucking Alex Ross covers, man.
Oh yeah, and Alex Ross does a ton of the covers for those books. All the Project Superpowers books were fun, where they took all the public domain characters and reimagined them. Mm-hmm. Teamed them all up into a superhero team. Excellent work. My biggest issue is a lot of their recent work is, for instance, you've heard me bitch about this before. I bought Jeepers Creepers, the series.
Oh yeah.
The comic series, and it was so bad. I mean, it took all of 5 minutes to read an issue. There's no narration, there's no writing. It was bad. Yeah. It was horrible. So I was kind of pushed away from it. I don't like a lot, and a lot of books, unfortunately, don't take as long to read as the old books. So you don't really get the bang for your buck that you used to. I mean, it used to take, like, if you bought a Stan Lee book back in the day, it would take you 15 minutes to a half an hour to read, because there's so much in it. And it makes it that much better, for the amount of money you're spending. And now it may take you 10 minutes to read a book or less.
I mean, just to coattail off what you're talking about. I mean, I remember going into, like, one of my older brothers and I, my older brother Carl and we would ride our BMX bikes up to, like, the local comic shop, the book gallery, and and it used to be every Thursday when new comic books would come out, back in, like, the late 80s, early 90s, and before they went to Wednesday, and I would see motherfuckers with, like, stacks of books, like, fucking, like, that high for, like, $25, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what I would spend now at fucking Mountain Empire Comics, I'm getting, like, fucking, like, that, maybe, for, like, $20. It's like,
when I was a kid, I'd go out, with $1 and bring 4 comics home.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not. And the writing, and I sound like a curmudgeon, but the stories were more interesting, the characters were more interesting. A lot of the times the art was better than what you're reading now, and that was during the Marvel age and the DC resurgence of the 70s and 80s, and the price started jumping. I remember when things turned to 35 cents, and then they jumped to 50 cents, and then they jumped to 75 cents, and it's just been a constant climb since then. And you're looking at what, $3.99 to $4.99 for a comic now, and that's kind of steep and ridiculous for the amount of entertainment you're getting.
Yeah, especially, like, with number one too, because the thing with, like, I bought the first Fantastic Four, the new one, and that was $7 goddamn. Yeah. And I'm just like, okay, it was an okay book. I mean, I bought it because I was like, okay, I want to see what Dan Slott does with the Fantastic Four, because everybody was kind of bitching, whining, pissing, and moaning about the first family not being back. And I'm like, okay, I mean, Dan Slott, he's a talented writer, but he's also a what's the word? It's I can't think of it. I'll think of it later. But yeah, he's a good writer, and he also did, and I was, like, very wary of the Tony Stark one, the Iron Man that he's doing, but apparently he's doing a phenomenal job with Iron Man. But those are 2 books that are like, fuck, man. I mean, Iron Man's $4, and then Fantastic Four on a regular basis, minus the number 1, it's $4. I mean, that's $8 right there. And it's just one of those things where it's like there's only so much room I have in my apartment when shit just gets stacked on, and I'm just and that's why I'm more and more going to graphic novels. The problem is that with graphic novels, they come out so goddamn irregular. Some will come out every 3 months. Others will come out in hardcover first, like fucking. And this is what I hate about DC is that they'll put shit out in hardcover first, try to make that hardcover money, and then they'll put it out, and then 6 months later they'll put it out in fucking graphic novel format. Just like like case in point, I like the new Green Lantern, but the new Green Lantern, the one that Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp is doing, are doing, excuse me. Words and grammar. Problem is that the first volume is coming out in hardcover first, and it's gonna be like $25 fucking for 6 goddamn issues. It's like, Jesus Christ, I might as well just buy the fucking floppies, which I'm doing now. And then probably
that's amazing. Yeah,
it's like,
how is that series going? I've only read the first issue.
I like it.
I enjoyed it. I worry about Morrison on established characters. He generally doesn't do the greatest job. So
I love the first issue. I mean, I know we talked about it, man. The second issue, like I'm just like, okay, I'm just hoping that the third issue I just picked up today. I haven't read it yet, but I got the variant cover, which is a Jay Lee cover from the Century, Jay Lee and Paul Jenkins. Like I love that cover. It's a good one. It has my boy John Stewart in it. So, I like that cover. But yeah, no, man. I mean, I will say
John Stewart.
My favorite, man. My favorite Green Lantern. I mean, I know.
Great Lantern.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Great
Lantern. But the thing is that I will be on board I will give it at least the first volume. Okay, like.
Yeah.
But if it does not grab me by issue 1 through 6, then I'm just be like, yeah, fuck this, Morrison, you're doing Morrison, and you should just not fucking do this grandiose shit.
And,
just stick like.
And I think comic companies need to realize that with their huge price jumps, people only have so much room to buy their comics, and they're not going to stay on a book that sucks. They need to start putting more stories in books to grab people quicker.
I will say
what they used to do.
Well, see, that's like this. Like, I love how you bring this. Like, I don't give a fuck about Nick Spencer. Let me just make this clear. Like, I don't care about his fucking issues with our current president or how left wing he is and shit. I mean, I'm not left or right, but I don't need that motherfucker on Facebook or Twitter tweeting out all this shit. He just needs to shut his fucking mouth and just write a good goddamn story, But I will say him and Ryan Otley's fucking Amazing Spider-Man is really fucking good. I will give him that. I'm like, damn, it's really fucking good, and I'm actually enjoying it again. I remember the thing that got me out of comic books was goddamn Amazing Spider-Man or Spider-Man just in general because of the fucking Clone Saga. I remember one of the comic books I used to get as a kid was Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. Whether it was Spantacular, Amazing, Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man. Yeah. Oh God, dude. Well, yeah, it's like, I mean, that's what got me. When you have the whole goddamn fucking roster of Spider-Man books, plus you add more goddamn books like one-shots and all this other shit, and like, let's cram as much fucking spider shit in there as we can into your fucking asshole and just pack it in there. You like that shit, huh? We're gonna give you fucking more of it. Can you take it? We're not even gonna give you fucking.
And the story was so bad.
Yeah,
it was so bad. It was so badly executed that, I mean, they're ashamed of it. Marvel themselves is ashamed of it.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen them reprint the fucking Clone Saga in trade paperback format, and they condensed that shit. Like, I mean, they condensed it to like, it's like $30, but I mean, they condensed that bitch to like maybe 15 books. It's like, thank God, because no one in the right fucking mind should have to pay you fucking for like 300 fucking books. And this is when, like, what we were talking about, when comic books were like $1, you know? And like I was telling you before, like when my brother and I, when we ride our bikes up to the book gallery, like our comic shop owner, Mike, he didn't get all the fucking books. He was like, listen, look, man, I mean, I just got Amazing, I got Web of Spider-Man, and I got Spantacular. I mean, all these other fucking ones, you know, no. I mean, because Marvel done gone fucking ape shit crazy, and I'm gonna lose money. At least Mike was fucking new, you know, was because that's when
they let's face it, they still are. And you know, and DC is to some extent where they make these mega events where you've got to buy 900 freaking books to get the gist of the story. Yeah.
Well,
fortunately, the difference between Marvel and DC is Marvel tends to put some key plot elements in their side books to a mega event, whereas DC generally doesn't do that. They'll run a mega event, and if you want the side books, you can get them.
Yeah, well, that's like
which like the Green Lantern, Sinestro Wars, and the Darkest Night. You know, the fantastic, and the side books were just as amazing, but you didn't necessarily have to get them to understand the book.
Well, that's like when you bring up Blackest Night, right? Like the one I love is like I have all three of the Flash ones, and that's like, you know, you see him become so like good. A Blue Lantern. Yeah, I love that, man. Yeah. He becomes a Lantern of Hope, and I really I really like that. I mean, it's fucking
I liked the JSA side book on that. My biggest problem with these mega events is they could put them. They've got 2 years of storytelling they could put in a main book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That they could just run in a main book with no side books, or 2 main books with no side books.
Well, see, that's like I like, okay, so the latest event, Drowned Earth, right? I finally fucking read it. I think I read like 90% of it. There may have been like 1 or 2 books I kind of skipped because I was like, well, fuck that. But I thoroughly fucking enjoyed it. I really did, man. I mean, I already kind of knew the story from the beginning, or the gist of it. And I know that we talked on it a bit, but I mean, I went back, tried to delve a little deeper into it and make sure that, okay, that, you know, but yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think I'm missing like 1 book of it. I think Aquaman number 40, and it's a prelude to Drowned Earth, which isn't really necessary, but you know,
what did that cross over in?
It crossed over, and it was Aquaman, not Suicide Squad. That was Sink Atlantis, Justice League, and you had like 2 bookends. You had,
I like it when they do that. You know, Marvel does that occasionally too, where they have the bookend books and then a nice finite run.
Because the thing was, the one that started it off was, I believe it was Justice League / Aquaman number 1, and then you had Aquaman / Justice League number 1 at the end. So they kind of I like that. Yeah, I do too. It's kind of like Grant Morrison's Multiversity, where they had Multiversity 1, and then you had all the fucking one-shots, and then you had Multiversity 2 that bookend that. So
yeah, that was a horrible story.
You didn't like Multiversity, really? I actually liked. I got some of the tie-ins. I liked it, man. I thought it was all right.
And hacky.
I will say that I did not mind. I kind of like the millennial book where was it Clark Kent and Bruce Wayne? They're like rich fucking kids that live in like California, like in the hills and shit, and they're like texting and all this, you know, stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, I never
read it. Yeah,
it's actually pretty fucking dope. Or it's like his son or something. I can't, or their sons or whatever.
The Super Sons.
It's not Jonathan. I mean, this is before. Oh shit! It may be alternate version.
Before all that.
Damian and John. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if Super Sons was out when that came out. When Multiversity did. but I think it was New 52 during the New 52, but I could be dead wrong. But that book, I actually picked it up because I mean the art's fucking phenomenal. Number one, that's why I picked it up, just the art alone. But I actually read it and it was like, this is, it's not half bad. I mean, it's not really my cup of tea, but it's just, but you know, I did like it. I mean, I did like how it was kind of like, okay, how I felt like Grant Morrison was saying something like, okay, like let's see these Superman and Batman as like rich kids, you know what I'm saying? That live in California in the fucking hills, see how they deal with fucking crime and stuff, and all that jazz. I like the take. It was something new, something original, and or at least for me, I don't remember anything like that happening. So
I generally enjoy alternate reality takes on stories, as long as they're alternate reality, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like
I like them. Like Elseworlds books, I love, and What If books are amazing.
You know? Yeah, like I have like my favorite What If book is What If Spider-Man kept the cosmic powers of Captain Universe.
That's cool.
And, like cool I love that book. I mean, it's. I mean, I have 2 copies of it. I have my original shit copy that I read the fuck out of, and then I remember I picked one up, not this past Rob-Com, but the one before, the last one that John Stone was at. You know, God rest his soul. I found one vendor had it, and I got it for like $1. You know, it was in great condition too. I mean, it was in like no one fucking touched it. Basically, like he was just giving it away. And that's just my favorite. I mean, it's because at the end, I mean, the art's phenomenal, and what I love about the What If books is that those are the books that people cut their teeth on. Like I have the What If book where Rob Liefeld, as I think it's like one of his like first ever fucking covers or artistry in Marvel, and that's the What If Wolverine was a Shield agent, and I have and I love that cover because I
have my favorite is what if the Avengers had become pawns of Korvac. I think it's issue 32 of the first run of What If, and it's really good. It's epic. And those in the old, I mean, it seems like in the old What Ifs, the end of every story, all the characters die. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's like, and that's what I mean. Like what we're talking about, man. It's just that's where people like, if you could make a What If book fucking great, or like people would notice it. I mean, that's how you made your bones. You cut your teeth on that shit. I mean, either as an artist or writer, you know, if you could tell a compelling fucking story, you know, or hey, here's your shot, kid, and, you know, fucking, you know, we're giving you What If, pal, you know. Hope it's good, because you ain't getting fucking super.
They had some great books in the original run. What if the invaders had stayed together after was really good. What if the Avengers had formed in 1950? I'm just going over the ones that I actually.
Oh no, you're good, man. You're good.
The Avengers was basically the Atlas agents. Remember those guys? Jimmy Woo and Robot Man, and that was good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and
what if the Avengers had fought the Kree Skrull War without Rick Jones? That's an amazing one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's like a what if Rick Jones got the powers of the Hulk and not Bruce Banner or some shit.
Yeah. What if Wolverine had killed the Hulk?
Yeah.
I have that, and I have I think in volume 2 they had the What If Hulk Had Killed Wolverine, and they're both excellent.
Really?
Excellent reads. What If the Avengers Were the Last Superheroes on Earth is a fantastic one.
Yeah. Well, that's like
they're all so good.
That's like they have a few new What If. I mean, because they started doing What If again, like last year, I think October, and I got the What If Peter Parker became the Punisher. What if?
Cool.
Yeah, there's what if Magic from New Mutants became the Sorceress Supreme? What if I don't have that one? What if oh fuck, what's his name? Flash Thompson became Spider-Man. Oh, what if Thor was raised by the Frost Giants?
That's awesome. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, I mean, that I've seen that one. I don't have that one, but yeah, I mean, they brought back the What If line last year, and yeah, but it's just one of those things where, like back in the day, man, like I could spend like $1.25 on that single issue, right? I mean, but like now, like I'm not. I mean, I have the What If Peter Parker Became the Punisher because I really like that comic book. I thought it was very compelling and I thought it was really great. But I'm not willing to take a risk for like $4 again. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of the things. I mean, like I like the Thor one. It looked cool. It looked badass. But I'm not gonna spend $4 fucking dollars on it. It's just I'm sorry. It's just
and that's the current state of comic books. When you're going to throw out a one shot that like a What If or a magazine that's an anthology that you don't know what you're going to get every magazine, and it's not consistent, it doesn't have the same creative team, then it's just not going to sell as well because people can't afford to just be throwing their money away.
Yeah.
And then getting crap. People just aren't willing to do it.
And that's one of those things too, like me, like what you're talking about. Like I don't mind taking a chance on, like let's say it's like there's like a number one, right? Like oh, okay, perfect example. Right in back of me, over my shoulder, is a comic book called Goddess Mode. Right, I picked it up because I actually like Robbie Rodriguez is the one who does the art for it. Zoe Quinn, I don't know who the fuck she is. Apparently she's some SJW broad. I don't really know. Or she likes to start shit and sleep with people in the industry to get a fucking book made. I don't know. But I was like, okay, cool. It's a Vertigo. It's a little bit more mature. So I really
I'm not even going there.
What's up? What's up? Huh?
I said I'm not even going there.
Going where?
I'm not talking about her. I'm not talking about her sexual proclivities. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. See, I don't know her, so it's like I don't know what she's all about. So it's just I just know the rumor mill. So it's like as far as I know, these people are just kind of fucking poo-pooing on her because the jealous or the dicks or assholes or pussies. I don't fucking know. But either way,
poo-poo.
Yeah, I did say poo-poo. But the thing is that the one over my shoulder right there is
Is it good?
I don't know. I haven't read it yet. But I'm willing. But I was willing to take a chance on it because I like the artist of the book. And now I probably won't get the next one. I don't know, but because I still haven't read it. But I really like the cover and I like the artist because the artist did Spider-Gwen. I know you're not a big Spider-Gwen. You don't really care. But I do like.
I'm sure the art's good though.
Yeah, the art is in Spider-Gwen. I really enjoy and I really like. I like Robert Rodriguez's take on Spider-Gwen, and I'm willing to give that a shot. I mean, it's $4 fucking dollars, but it's like Vertigo, and they're coming back. They're trying to gain steam again and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, that's one. If I have a little bit of extra cash, I'm willing to take a chance on. But when you have like independent comic books, there's there's so goddamn many of them now, and then you're having to prioritize with the big fucking. And then when you have like events like the Spider-Man event, like Spider-Geddon, which I actually liked. But you're having to prioritize them goddamn books because you have fucking, all these spider books that are tie-ins, like what we were talking about with the fucking events. And now it's like, holy shit, it's like.
Yeah,
it becomes too fucking much, man.
And I'll be honest with you, that's kind of the Big Two's plan. You know, they want you tied to all their books, so you don't go out and buy an independent book, and take away from their sales. That's just, and it's not a bad business plan.
No.
But I can put you down for Tripping Over Reality 1, right?
I already got it. Oh, you're talking about the comic book? Of course, man.
No, I mean the comic book.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Jesus, I mean,
excellent.
You don't even have to ask.
Did you see the new art? Did I send you that?
Yeah. Yeah, look good, man.
Did you like the new art?
I did. That's phenomenal.
I wish you'd ink that and get it to me. That'd be nice. Yeah, he does. I love his style. Aaron Mead, great artist.
Yeah, he's good, man.
Great artist. Very 80s style. I like that.
Yeah, you sent me the link. Yeah, no, man, it's good.
But man. Independent creators have a hard time. They've got a hard nut to crack trying to get their books out to the public, because there's so much white noise out there being thrown out by both Marvel and DC. They'll throw out crappy books just to have books on the wall.
Yeah.
And people will buy them because they're DC or Marvel.
Exactly. And that's what I don't. It's like what we were talking about when you and Johnny Bravo and myself, when we were talking about Bitch Planet, when we were doing the live stream at MEC. Like, I'm not that demographic. I mean, I tried reading the first issue. It's just not for me. And it's not because of some SJW or whatever the fuck. It's just not for me. But I know there's an audience out there. And I know
I enjoyed the book.
Yeah.
I liked it. Yeah.
And it's
what I read of it. That was around the time that I had stopped getting monthly books for like 3 years.
And
because we had moved.
And like
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you're totally good, man. No, I kind of cut you out. I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say that it's by Kelly Sue DeConnick, right? So Kelly Sue DeConnick is the one who basically brought Captain Marvel back to the forefront. Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, not the real Captain Marvel, as in what people call Shazam now, Billy Batson. But she's the one that kind of brought Carol Danvers to the forefront again, and I actually like that book. I actually enjoyed those stories with Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, because she started going off in space and with Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that, and now she's the actual writer for Aquaman 43 and on, because she's taken over from Dan Abnett. And I got 43, and I have to fucking say, I really like her on Aquaman. I am really looking forward to her writing.
That's awesome.
I really wish the book would come out every goddamn issue once a month. I wish it was more of the bi-monthly or bi-weekly.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just one of those books where it's just kind of like, I understand Aquaman doesn't really sell that well. It's never going to be a fucking Batman or Superman. Even Green Lantern, has gone back to once a month instead of bi-weekly. And which is fine, but it's just, I'm really looking forward to issue 44. And I do like her writing style. Or I should say, I do like her writing style of Aquaman, just like I liked her writing style of Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. Bitch Planet, I didn't really care for it because, number one, I just did not really feel a connection to those characters. It has nothing to do with,
and it's her pet project.
Yeah,
it's her pet project. It's hers, and those are her characters. So and it might not be everyone's cup of tea. Just like Tripping Over Reality is my pet project. They're my characters, and I'll do with what I want. And I honestly don't care what anyone thinks about it. I have fans that like it, and that's that.
And that's how it should be. I mean, it's like, and that's why, like what we were talking about before, like I'll never poo-poo on someone liking something, or I'll never poo-poo Kelly Sue DeConnick for doing Bitch Planet. It's like, hey, that's her own thing. It's just, I'm just not the demographic for it, but I'm glad that there are people out there that if it resonates with them, if they cling on to that, if they're looking forward to the next volume of that, great. That is awesome. I'm glad that she's getting recognition, not just as a Big Two person, but also because now she can legitimately say that she's been a writer for both Marvel and DC now.
Truly a creator.
And
Yeah.
she's bringing out her own stuff, you know, and which she gets full profit, full benefits, and all that shit. So it's like, I mean, that's cool. That's totally cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I really wish that a lot more independent work was of the caliber that the big two put out, but unfortunately some of it's just not.
Yeah.
I will say that Image has done a really good job of redefining who they are. They went from the big pecs, big guns era that they had, with Liefeld and McFarlane and stuff like that, and started writing books that were more intelligent.
Yeah.
Non-superhero books that were highbrow reading, good, just really good stuff.
Yeah.
But I would love to see an independent company be able to pull off superheroes as well as DC does, and unfortunately, I just don't see that out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Advent, the company that I'm doing work for, they have some really good stuff, and it's very 80s throwback. But because of all the white noise out there, no one pays attention to it yet. I mean, they're trying to get into Diamond distributors, and if they do, that'll be nice. Yeah. And I plan on writing some stories for them.
Yeah, it's like it's the one of the hardest things now, because you're trying to create new characters. From what I see from people, even people, even with the big two, like they're trying to create all these characters, these new characters, but they're like either analogs or they're offshoots of another character, which is just because of the market is such flooded with all these damn books. It's like, and that's
I've been really, I'm really happy with the characters, and I know I'm making this a little bit about me, but I'm really happy with the characters I've created, because other than American Flag, who's kind of an analog of both Superman and Captain America, all my characters are original, and I like them. I like doing that. I like finding different angles. They might have some similar power sets to other characters, but the characters themselves, their origins, their backgrounds, and who they are, is completely different than other stuff that's been put out. Well, and I like that. I like doing
one of the characters that I really dig is Primordial, and how he's the son of Gilgamesh, and how he through the generations or through the centuries, he has like redefined himself. He became Paul Bunyan, and stuff like that, and then he became a folk hero, and that's and to me, and that dude, that's just fucking, that's great. I mean, I would love to see like a comic book, man, if you ever, or like another book just like focusing on his time as like reinventing himself and going through these stages of his life and stuff like that, and just like
the fifth book in the series will be his book, and I do plan on delving a lot into his past and into the future of that character. He's, out of all the ones I've created, I think he's the most interesting, and it has to do with his longevity. He's been around for centuries, so there's so much I can do with him. I can tell so many stories, and it would make a great ongoing comic book. Where you can just go through, you can tell a story based in any time period with him in it. And I think that would be fun.
Well, like,
I think that would be an awesome series.
Who, if you could, like, let's just play hypothetical here. If, like, let's say, hypothetically speaking, you got the rights to make a Primordial movie, right? Like, and you can cast anybody that you want to now. Who do you see who could play Primordial?
That's easy.
Who?
That's Jason Momoa.
Really? No shit. You would actually cast him?
He's got the look. I mean, he's Primordial is Middle Eastern and dark skinned and huge. And while Jason Momoa may not be Middle Eastern, he does fit the look.
Yeah.
He's got darker skin. He's got the long hair like Primordial does. I think he would be fantastic. He'd have to shave the beard, but I think that he would be.
Well, see, I could see him as like Paul Bunyan, man, dude. Like if he him putting on like a Scully, maybe cutting his hair and then then
he was in a movie. He was in a movie. It's a low budget film where he played a lumberjack.
Did he really?
And he wore he had the beard. He had the flannels. Yeah, he played a lumberjack. And I wish I remember the name of the movie, but his family was killed by or threatened by a bunch of drug dealers, and he ended up taking them all out. It's a really good film.
Really?
It's a really good film. Yeah. Let me see if I can.
Yeah. Because I gotta watch this motherfucker now.
And I saw it on Amazon Prime.
Because I can totally see him. Yeah. Now that you're saying it, yeah, I can totally see him as a fucking lumberjack. Yeah.
And it was good. It was a good film. Let me say here.
Maybe see, like, he just has to, eat some more and not be so like cut. Yeah, like I could see him like in a little bit more swollen and not being so lean. Yeah, with the flannel and the skull cap and all that jazz. That'd be pretty cool, man.
Oh shoot, can't find it. It was an odd name. It was the name of the family was the name of the movie, or his last name of the character. Braven. It came out after Justice League.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen that. Like at the Target. Braven. Yeah. Okay,
it's a good film. I enjoyed it. And I like him as an action picture actor. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
And we needed a new one, because all the old action picture guys are kind of dying off.
Yeah.
Or just old. I mean, I don't know how many more films Stallone's going to do before he has to hang it up.
Oh, God. It's like, that guy's going to go on forever, man. Him and Schwarzenegger. I'm like, dude, if you can do it, bro, it's like, oh, get this shit. I know we're I probably have to wrap it up here in a little bit because it's almost 9:30. I got to take Watson out.
Oh, that's fine.
I got to feed him and stuff, but
that's fine.
But get this stuff.
I got some Red Dead to play.
Okay. You still haven't beaten that motherfucker yet, have you?
I'm like 89% done, but I'm just enjoying it, man. I'm really digging it. I'm doing stuff.
I'm just giving you shit, man. I'm glad that we got Red Dead in. Yeah. Oh my God, we
we had to. Me and Micah are getting ready to steal some. Actually, no, it's not Micah. It's the other guy. Micah went to go do something else. No, it's me and that portly guy with the beard.
Oh, Bill?
I think it's no. I can't remember who it is. Anyway, we're taking out that stagecoach with the dynamite on it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we just helped the Native American guys get their horses back and off of that boat.
Oh, you're talking about fucking oh damn it, Charles. Yeah.
No, Charles isn't with me. Charles was with me on that Native American mission, but he went off to do something else.
It's Bill. You're talking about It's
Bill.
Yeah. He's kind of balding and shit. Yeah, it's Bill.
Yeah, and old Dutch is just being a dickhead.
Yeah, he's being stupid. Yeah, you're on chapter.
Because Mika's in his ear. Micah's in his ear, just giving him.
You're pretty close to the end.
He's just. Micah is a dick.
Yeah, he is. But
do I get a chance to kill him?
I'm not going to spoil it for you.
I want to kill him. I just want to kill him.
Yeah, dude. Tell me about it, bro.
He is an asshole.
I need to get back up on some Red Dead, man, because I think they're coming out with some DLC for it, man. I haven't played it in a minute. But before we get off, I did want to say that since we're talking about like 80s action heroes, The Predator came out, right, on DVD and Blu-ray this past
Have you seen it?
I have not. I honestly don't.
I haven't either.
I don't want to fucking see it. The only reason why I bring this up is because there's a deleted alternate ending scene that apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger shot, and he reprised his role as Dutch. And I guess it was the original ending. Yeah. And they've been promoting the fuck out of this deleted scene. You know, like on TV and interviews. Trying to sell this fucking Blu-ray. And it's not even goddamn canon, apparently. Because it's a deleted scene, an alternate ending. I guess he was there for like one fucking day of shooting, all right? And they don't even use the fucking thing, so it's not even canon anymore. You know?
I can't imagine that they're going to consider this movie canon.
I mean, you know what? Okay, real quick tangent, man. Is that this is the motherfucker, right? Shane Black, the guy who did fucking Iron Man 3, the guy who did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, the guy who did fucking The Nice Guys, which I actually fucking like The Nice Guys. It's actually a really good movie. Yeah. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer as a Fugazi hitman. Really cool, you know. Oh yeah, you'll be happy to know I picked up Donnie Brasco for like $7 at Walmart. They have it back in on Blu-ray. So
I'm gonna have to get that because I had it and I loaned it to someone and never gave it back to me. So
yeah, like I went up.
Gotta get it.
Yeah, I went up to the one in Elizabethton had like 3 or 4 of them. Looked like they just had it restocked because they had like the certified fresh Rotten Tomatoes thing. So I guess they re-released it or some shit. But yeah, so it's at Walmart. But the thing is,
it's a great film.
It is. It fucking is, man. I love that movie. That's why I was so pissed, man. I could not find a copy of it, you know, because I really wanted to talk about that movie. And I almost watched it before we went on, man. But I just didn't have time to do it. But yeah, the
you know, cancel the prick.
Yeah, cancel the prick. You know, and it's like it's official, guys. My dick is now a popsicle because they're standing outside. I love that guy, dude. You know, he gets clipped in the movie and shit because they think that he's the fucking snitch, but it's really Donnie who's the informant.
Yeah,
and you know, oh my god, dude. But I love that actor, man, because he's like so fucking. Oh man, because he just has like the best one-liners in that fucking movie. It's just so good.
And he's perfect. His timing is perfect on him.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great.
It's just so funny because you see him like standing outside, fucking all huddled up and shit. He's like, "All right, it's official, guys. My dick is now a popsicle." And that's when, yeah,
it's an awesome movie.
Because that's the scene that the first time, because Sonny Black, Lefty, Donnie, they're all waiting for Sonny Red to come in. And that's like, and that's the first time that Donnie meets Sonny Red. So, and his son, Sonny Jr.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, dude, yeah, I think, going back real quick, Shane Black, yeah, this is the guy who co-wrote, who was one of the writers on the original fucking Predator. And I can't believe that this motherfucker put out this. Now, I haven't seen the movie, but from what I hear, man, it's not really that good. And I'll just wait till it goes to fucking Netflix to see it. And you're not getting.
I have no desire to rush out and watch it, or I don't know. Maybe I'll rent it from Redbox. But
See,
I don't have high hopes for it.
Before we go, let me just see one thing real quick. Give me a minute. I want to see if these fucking deleted scenes are on YouTube yet. Predator. Deleted scenes. There we go. Okay. All right. Well, shit. They're not on. They're not on
Not
YouTube.
yet.
Yeah, no, not yet.
They
But
will be.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me tell you, man. Like yeah, like I first saw before I got Venom on Blu-ray. Like them fucking Venom deleted scenes were already up on YouTube, man. And that's how I got to fucking see them first. I was like, oh shit, this is pretty cool, you know. But yeah, man, yeah, it's just fucking yeah. And I'm not the biggest. I don't really care for Olivia Munn. The only thing I've ever really liked her in was The Newsroom, and it was more of Aaron Sorkin's writing, because Aaron Sorkin writes everyone with fast dialogue, so they seem like just because they speak fast that they're goddamn intelligent. He does that for everybody, every goddamn thing he's ever written. The fucking Newsroom, fucking what is it? The what is it? The Left Wing or Right Wing or whatever the fuck that presidential show was. The
West Wing.
The West Wing. Thank you. What else did he wrote? Fuck. He wrote some other shit too. But yeah, but they got the Sorkinisms, man. Like they all talk fucking fast, and you can. It's like almost like the Kevin Smith dialogue, right? You know, it's just very close to that shit, and it's like
or the Quentin Tarantino dialogue.
I like the Quentin Tarantino dialogue, man, especially the one like in Reservoir Dogs, because because his is more with like affection and more like you can see like a virgin, like that scene when they were talking about like a virgin, like it's like, well, goddamn, man, that kind of does make fucking sense. I mean, shit, you know. And he's, I like
Tarantino's dialogue. His directing style leaves a little bit to be desired. I enjoy his films, especially Inglourious Bastards, because it was a departure from his standard fast talking, quipping back and forth type movie. It was much better than he's done. I did not like that Western he did.
Oh, Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight. Yeah.
I actually liked it.
I thought it was the weakest of his films. I didn't enjoy it. I mean, it was all his other films, only set in the West. I mean, it was just.
I will say this, man. I am looking forward to. Well, see, I like Django too. I like Django Unchained. I thought that's pretty good too.
Yeah, yeah.
I am looking forward to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the new one with Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt.
Oh man,
what's her name?
Both of them.
Fucking Margot Robbie as Sharon Tate, and yeah, I mean, it looks pretty intriguing.
As Sharon Tate, what is this film about?
It's set. Okay, so it's set in what was it, 70s, 60s, with the Manson murders.
Manson?
And all that shit. Yeah.
Okay.
60s, right?
I'll watch that. That's why I asked why it was about Sharon Tate, because she was killed by Manson.
So this is what we know about the movie so far. Okay, it's set, the backdrop. Okay, so it's not focused on the Manson murders and all that shit. It plays a part in the movie. It's like you see it throughout the movie apparently, but okay. So Leonardo DiCaprio plays a movie star, right? And he's next door neighbors with Sharon Tate. Brad Pitt plays Leonardo DiCaprio's character stunt double in the movie. So that's how those two are connected. And then Sharon Tate is the next door neighbor of Leonardo DiCaprio's character. What the fuck his name is? Joe fuck himself, I guess. And his making
a character name.
And his stunt double was called Bobby Big Dick. You know, it's like Big Dick on. You know, it's like, oh, whatever. And
biggest dickest.
Yeah, biggest dickest. There you go. Yeah, Bobby Big Dickest.
Why do you laugh when I say biggest dickest?
Bobby Big Dick, biggest dickest. But yeah, so so yeah, and then it's supposed to be set around the time of the Manson murders, but it's not like it's in the background. It's not at the forefront of the movie. It's just why Tarantino did it. I don't fucking know. It's just one of those things.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
I'd like to check it out.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Okay, so it's 9:35 right now, man.
All right, brother.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start winding this. We'll wind this down, man.
Absolutely.
I know we talked
absolutely
for a minute.
So so it's kind of like Summer of Sam, where the movie wasn't really about the son of Sam. It was just about the events in the city that took place when the son of Sam was running around killing people.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I actually like Son of Sam. I actually like that movie. That was and that's a Spike Lee movie. Yeah, Summer of Sam.
Yeah, it was actually not bad. It was not bad. I'm not a
Adrian Brody, John Leguizamo, I thought was great. Mira Sorvino.
I love Adrian Brody. I think he's phenomenal.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, fuck, man. God, I can never remember that chick's name. The one that Adrian Brody's character was fucking and then got her into porn and shit. She was on The Sopranos. That's how I know her. And but I dude, she's fucking hot and she's a great actress too. And also Mira Sorvino is too. God damn it. Yeah, they're both.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Summer of Sam was really good. Yeah, I'm guessing it's kind of like that.
Jennifer Espinito.
Jennifer, yeah, that's her. Yeah, she fucking yeah, because she played
beautiful.
Yeah, she was the fuck, what was his name? The guy in The Sopranos. Fuck. I remember him.
I never watched.
He was.
I never watched much of this.
Remember Goodfellas? Spider.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jennifer, what's her fucking name? Esposito. Yeah, Jennifer Esposito's character is the girlfriend of the guy, the Spider guy. Because I cannot remember his name, but the actor who plays Spider in Goodfellas, he is a connected guy and he becomes the main guy in The Sopranos, under Tony Soprano's family. And
is he his son?
No, not his son.
No. Like I said, I never watched The Sopranos.
The character's name's Michael. That's who it is. Sorry.
Really, that's an unusual name for a mafia guy.
Oh yeah. No, but
it was either Michael or Tony.
Exactly. Or Giovanni or some shit. You know, it's like.
That's why they had nicknames, because everyone was Mike and Tony.
Yeah, exactly. Here's my son Paul. Here's my other son Paulie. This is Patty and Petey. No, I'm Petey. He's Polly. See, I got so many Petey Pollies, I get them mixed up. It's like
poor Spider, man. Spider.
Hey, Spider.
He's like, "Fuck you, Tommy," and Tommy's gonna blew him away.
It's like, oh, look at the balls on Spider. Look at the balls.
What was fucked up was everyone was egging him on.
Yeah,
he got shot.
You see Tommy too. He's all quiet and shit, just like. And he's like, bam, bam, bam. I was like, oh god damn. And you even see like De Niro. He's like, oh shit. he's like, hey man, you dig the fucking grave. I'm not helping your ass this time. He's like, I'll dig the fucking grave. I don't fucking dig the fucking graves. It's like, yeah. It's like, I'll dig the fucking body up and put it back in. It's like, holy God, man, calm the fuck down there, Tommy. Shit.
He was so angry.
I know. It's like, geez, and I thought I was a fucking short, angry man, but goddamn,
he was just so mad.
Yeah,
at everything, all the time. How am I funny?
Yeah. How am I funny? Funny, like I'm a clown. I'm supposed to make you laugh. It's like it's just funny. It's like.
Did you see on Family? They did a Family Guy version of that. He's like.
Henry. He's the one who fucking said it. How am I here to fucking amuse you? How am I so goddamn funny? It's like, Like, did I get him? I had him shake, didn't I? I had him
They
shake.
did a Family Guy version of that. He was like, "How am I funny? Like Rita Rutna funny?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Well, thanks."
Oh, thanks.
Holy shit! All right, brother.
Yeah.
Look, I got company.
Oh, is that a sapphire or is that a cat?
No, it's a Kit Kat.
Ah, that's cool.
He's
All right.
Kat.
I guess.
Say hello.
Hey. She's like, all right, Dad, it's
He
time
just
to
wants
get out.
pets.
She's like, it's it.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. All right. All right, everyone.
All right, brother.
That is-
God bless. Thank you.
All right, man. Hey, God bless you too, man. And everyone, thank you once again for another exciting adventure and staying with
See you
us.
next time.
And oh, we're doing the big arms now, the wave. But yeah, hey,
Have you seen my baseball?
all right. Love to all. God bless and aloha.